So before I start, how many of you have ever heard about Front Porch? Yeah, good. It's a good start. Because the truth is, although Front Porch is rather well known within the broadcast environment, the post-production market is new to us. The truth is, we've been confronted to tapeless environment and managing files within workflows for over 10 years now. So thanks to big broadcasters, we've gone through loads of hassles to make it happen. Now there are some solutions, existing solutions, robust, which are available to anyone who is basically using digital content on a daily basis. Right? So what I'm going to talk to you about today is not so much about MAM and PAMs, but I'm going to show you a range of solutions which are behind the scenes. System solutions which MAM, PAM, any application, editing systems, traffic systems, any application which is in use within a broadcast or post-production environment connects to. It's not going to sound, don't take it as an arrogant thing what I'm going to say, but to make the most of, of your archive experience, right? So here is where it's coming from. So Front Porch is a 10 years old company, which core product, which you've maybe heard about already, is Div Archive, which is basically a content storage management application, which from scratch was designed for the management of audiovisual files, basically within IT environments, right? So what we could get compared to up to a certain extent would be HSM, if you're familiar with HSM, although our systems, again, are designed for the management of video files, understanding that video files are not just a sum of bits and bytes, right? The second system that I'm going to talk to you about today is an application which is an automated process for converting videotape to files. So we're going a bit backwards, yeah? Basically, Front Porch acquired systems 2 years ago, in 2008. Summer Systems, don't know if you already came across those solutions. This is basically an automated workflow to mass ingest videotapes to file, right? The third application I'll be talking to you about a bit later is an application called Div Publish, which is an application that allows to publish content from the archive to online communities. And then I'll share with you some vision that Front Porch has for the future after conversation we're having with clients on the field on a daily basis and just to share with you this vision and to tell you where we are taking our products to. So just so that you've got an overall, an overview vision of what we do, this is where our systems sit. So we've got the Migrate product, which is a summer system that basically converts videotapes to files. The Manage system, which is a layer, an application that basically is a sort of gateway between different appliances, different systems which are in use within a broadcast or a post-production environment, and a gateway to the different type of storage that are held within a facility, either tape libraries or disk storage or any type of storage device, basically. I'll show you a bit later on, very quickly, all the different abilities that offers the system in terms of partial restore, transcoding on the file, tasks which are completely transparent to the operator, since all the requests are being sent for all the application that the operators are using on a daily basis, either editing system or anything, restoration system, whichever. So today I will be presenting to you briefly the Migrate, the Manage with Diva Content Storage Management, and Market, which is Diva Publish, the appliance to basically send directly content from the archive to online communities. So I was talking to you about connecting to media asset management application. This is just, this list is not complete in the sense that we're coming across many more media asset management applications, but let's say this is, you've got the logos there of those we come across most often in different workflows. We've installed Div Archive applications in This is not an exhaustive list, but just to show you that, yeah, we've got, you know, there's as many workflows, possible workflows, as you've got broadcasters of post-production, different tools, different environments, and the idea is to show that our application may connect to any kind of environment. Yeah, so CatDV being one of those. And what was shown to you with NASCAR, which is a really big setup, the nice thing of it is now that those systems, whether the media asset management or the archive, is now scalable. I mean, don't be scared and feel that that only works with people who've got like 5.5 petabytes worth of proxy content. Okay, that can start much, much smaller and then grow bigger as your archive is growing. Okay? So migrate very briefly, and anyway, if you need to get more information about it, we've got some systems there which are demoed. Basically, it's a set of tools that allows you to convert in the best possible way in terms of process, convert your videotape to file. So either using just one standalone machine or even using robotics like this one to automate completely the process. So I prepare my tape, I set all the profiles in a traffic system, I clean them if I need to, and then I migrate them, meaning I digitize them, I collect technical metadata and so on and so forth, and I convert to as many file formats as I need. So this is the overall idea you need to retain about SAMA. It's a process for migration of files. So I keep it high level purposely, you know, and if you've got particular question, then you come to us later, okay? So once those files have been generated, or I've got any other source of files, they're coming from ingest feeds, they're coming from my post-production, they're coming from anywhere really. I need some sort of, you know, system, some intelligence, a layer of intelligence that will manage those files and dispatch them wherever you want those files to go, and potentially recover them completely or partly, all depending on rules you've set for your working environment. So as explained, Div Archive is a layer that basically needs controlling application, right, that will send requests out. And Diva will act, as I mentioned, as a gateway that will basically go and recover the file wherever it is stored within your storages, whether again it is on nearline, on disk, or maybe on an LTO tape sitting on the shelf. So you've got this Diva Archive layer that basically receives requests from different applications, a media asset management, a production asset management, different controlling application, an Avid, a Final Cut, whichever application, and basically using appliances that we call actors. Yeah, Div Archive will optimize the throughput and send the requests to whichever application it needs to. So basically, if I'm in a situation where from an operator needs to recover a clip which is stored on a tape and retranscode it on the fly into another format so that it can start editing on it, Div Archive will manage that for him. It's pretty efficient in the sense that Div Archive won't need to re-download on the cache storage all of the content of the tape. It will just go and grab the clip it needs and redeliver it, either in the native format, or we'll have retranscoded it so that the operator can start editing directly on the fly with the appropriate format. So this is what it does. So again, there it's very high level because you can do much more with Diva, obviously. You can create rules for replication of content between different sites. You can give access to Diva Archive over remote locations. I mean, there's many things that you can do with that. Again, you can start very small with one actor that is receiving requests and pushing, and you can grow depending on the throughput and all the requests you get onto in your workflow, in your working environment. Okay? So this is a typical Div Archive architecture, right, where you see the different storage silos, different workage silos, and the access with different function that manages the spanning, dispatch of files within the working environment. So again, if you've got at the moment or for the future plan for managing your archive, our solutions architect is there, and could be showing you some typical case study that could potentially apply to what you intend to do, and see if it if it could fit in what you're trying to achieve. So for those who, to start with, do not have the means to invest in a MAM, or which are basically building a MAM application, but which are in a hurry somehow to access quickly to their archive, we're providing a tool which is a very let's not call it even a MAM, it's a window over the archive, in the sense that it gives you the ability to basically browse the content which is stored into your archive and send some very basic requests to your archive, right? Like a partial restore or a transcode on the fly. This is what it will do, like very basic features. And it has some, metadata field, very raw, very basic, right? The idea is to search, playback, browse, partial restore and redeliver, right? So this is an application called Tiva Director that does that. So as mentioned, and talking about scalability, all what you've seen there starts within bundle packages, right? Bundle packages that include the hardware, a small library in which you get all of the features that Tiva Archive is capable of, right? And which can grow basically as you grow your archive in what you want to do with it. So it's scalable in terms of size, in terms of prices as well, right? So now the market. So the appliance is called Tiva Publish. So Tiva Publish is a software as a service model, in the sense that there's no capex there, basically. A gateway has to be installed within your facility. It sits on Tiva Archive. And it allows you from the archive to publish directly content to online communities, or to, any kind of portal, basically. Either you want to play back content onto a phone or any kind of device, right? So it's delivered with a GUI, which you use to set different rules. Maybe add some pre-rolls, ads pre-rolls or mid-content rolls for ad content. You can create some geo-blocking rules, even publishing duration rules. All that can be managed from one single interface, right? And again, the content, the transcoding of the content, the delivery of the content is managed as a service, which means that potentially you can be reusing transcoding tools you've got within your facility, or it's being managed, as they call it, in the cloud. It's managed for you completely, right? So just so that you get a brief overview of who our clients are at the moment. So as mentioned, to start with, we're mainly known within the broadcast world. There you can see, I believe, the main broadcasters in the UK, and some facilities. We're working a lot with facilities. We're always using our system for transmission purpose, but also post-production house. We're using Tiva Archive to manage their production content. Since there's one specificity in Tiva Archive, since it is the only content management system that manages what we call complex object within the archive. By complex object, we understand a media, like a DPX file, for instance, that is made of hundreds of thousands of files, potentially, and still having the ability of all these features I talked about. The partial restore, the spanning of those objects over different storage, right? So it's possible thanks to a technology we've implemented, which is called the AXF, right? The Archive Exchange Format, which is currently being standardized by the SMPT. Don't know if you're familiar with this standard board. So basically, it's quite key when it comes to post-production and managing complex object, DPX, DCPs, etc., within archive environment. So that's what we're doing. We're doing well at the moment within post-production facilities. And again, if you want to find out more about that, Fabian will be able to give you more technical information about this new feature. So I've got just a couple of slides to show you now. So I've presented you very briefly our range of solutions. So migrate with SAMA, manage with Diva, and market with Diva Publish. So just to share with you our vision and where we are trying to take our products to the very next step. So talking to our clients, existing clients, we've got a good reputation in terms of product robustness and in terms of client service. So we need to take new paths now, talk to new clients and present our solution to new clients. We've realized with new clients we've had in the last couple of years that there's a growing need in terms of storage capacity and file management. That there's loads of technology changes in terms of formats, in terms of hardware that are being used in facilities, which are painful and very costly. And it looks like, attending all the different conference shows we participating to in the last couple of years, like the IBC, the NAB, that service as a software model, the OPEX models coming more and more. We're coming more and more across those. Since, post-production houses and facilities cannot just afford to reinvest every other years in new technology, new formats. It's really becoming an hassle for them, and it's very risky as well. So the OPEX model, the service as a software model, basically seems to be the solution that our clients and our prospects, moreover, were looking to. So basically, we launched solutions which are under a name called Links, which is basically the ability to offer all what we do, or what you saw before, except from Salam, it's a bit particular, but the Diva Archive experience, to share it via a service as a software as a service model, meaning that basically people will have the ability to access and store their archive on their library, use the different features that the Diva Archive system may offer, but without having the need of investing capex into either software licenses or buying hardware. Right? So that was the idea. For those basically clients who have absolutely who have invested nothing within Diva, which are fairly new to the archive world, we have a model which we call Links Local, which is basically the ability to get into the Diva Archive world with zero capex investment, just by signing a contract by which we're providing this service based on the monthly fee that they will pay, and they will have the ability to access to a Diva Archive and a storage which is in the cloud. Right? The Links TR is for those who are a client of ours already, right? Which basically have a need for a disaster recovery site, but do not want to invest capex into buying new libraries or duplicating sites and buying new Diva Archive licenses. And for those, we're offering a DR service by which they can basically duplicate their library and pay as a service the monthly renting of the space they're using. This is what we call Links DR. And basically the service is very simple. You may upload and unload data by file transfer or tape shipment, right? I've got tapes in my library, I want to duplicate them and put them into another library, and I ship those tapes via a carrier. If I've got the dark connection needed, it's okay, I just send the files via this pipe, which is connected to our data center. And there's a user GUI that allows basically the client, the content owner, to manage his archive from his facility by accessing directly the content which is stored in the cloud. And this cloud I'm talking about, it's real. The data center that was launched for the European operations is near London. It's in Slough. Good connection in Slough. Very secure facilities. It took about, I think, 6 months to our engineering team to define which was the right data center. London was very key to us because it's very strategic in terms of connection for all the different clients we've got in Europe. So it took again 6 months to validate this site. This site is real, and the service has been launched, I believe, two or 3 weeks ago. Right? So again, the idea is to pay for what you need, you know, pay for the storage you're actually using, pay for the content you're actually downloading, uploading. The technology obsolescence is managed by your provider, basically, or you know, the format migration. All that can be managed again by your by Front Porch for you. No capital needed. I was talking about no capex need there, and of course, we consider lower operational expenses. Yeah, since the service is completely hosted and managed. Yeah. So it's just, yeah, again, it's just to re-say what was said, but those services obviously just rely completely on what Diva Archive is offering at the moment, right? And it's just a new way to give access to it in a very different way. So I'm done with this presentation. I understand it's very high level, but it's difficult, you know, to. I guess you know. I mean, you come from different type of facilities, and so if you've got specific needs in mind that you would like to talk about, then we'll go a bit deeper in the different subjects that really matter to you. And we're available for that. And we're very glad that we recently joined and signed an agreement by which Route 6 will be representing our company now in the UK. So we rely on them as well to come to you, spend time, sit, you know, down the pub or wherever, to give you more information about what we do. And they know about your workflow, they know the way you work, and they will be able to match those systems to what you're trying to achieve.